All right, guys, looking to create a professional-looking product photo? Thankfully, AI is here to give you a hand, and with several options, you just might be able to make those shots like an expert. Without further ado, join us as we create some of the most professional-looking product photos out there, Ideogram. The first tool that we're going to make use of today is one that is considered to be one of the best image generators out there today. With Ideogram, people can go on to produce some of the best-looking product images in the industry. Before you make use of this image generator, though, the first thing we need to do when it comes to creating these product photos is to head over to Google. There you search for the object you are looking for. Let's search for a perfume product, shall we? Little tip. If you have a color scheme in mind, you can click on the Tools tab and adjust your search to the exact shade you might want. We're going to make use of this dark image. Cool, right? The issue now is that we can't make use of this image because it belongs to someone else. What we're going to do to fix this problem is to take the reference image so that we can create a prompt from it. Said prompt would be used in Ideogram so that we can create the first picture, thereby marking the beginning of the process. Now, what is interesting is that you can start out by writing the prompt by yourself just by looking at the image. Unfortunately, we know that this is difficult for a lot of people to do. To make our way around such a problem, you guys can head over to image2prompt.com to rectify this situation. Just upload the reference image onto this website and you can get that prompt. Just take a look at that. Almost like magic. To make things even better, we can remove the text from the bottle by opening our notepad, pasting the prompt, and making any changes you may want to make. Once you get onto Ideogram, you'd find that it comes with a certain amount of free credits every week. You may also find that you'd want to use the latest model, i.e. the 3.0 model. Sure, it makes use of the most credits, but it allows us to create the most realistic images. To get the best out of the resources that we have, we will paste the prompt here. Following this, we will change the aspect ratio into what will fit your project. Once you pick it, you can go on to generate your image. Look how amazing the images are. What is even more special about them is that there are no watermarks on them. That is a huge plus these days. ChatGPT. Following this, we head over to ChatGPT. This is because it is the only place where we can carry out what we want to do next. What do we mean? Well, here we will be replacing the bottle in the Ideogram image with the one in our original image. If you guys remember, the bottle in the original image had a logo with some text on it. What we have found is that ChatGPT is the only editor that can replace this inside the original image. With that in mind, the next thing we're going to do is upload both images on ChatGPT so that we can instruct the AI to perform the replacement. While we are at it, we would be remiss not to mention that you will need the ChatGPT Plus subscription model so that you can make use of the AI image generator and editor that can be found here. Once both images have been uploaded onto ChatGPT, you can lay out the instructions as you see fit. As there could be some confusion in this, what you may need to do is click on the dots there so that it can show you this Create Image option. Once you replace the bottle in the first image with the one in the second image, you can see how ChatGPT will push on to create its work easily. Photoshop. As impressive as the image looks, we may notice that when the produced image is compared to the original image, it just doesn't seem to have the same quality that could be found in the original image. The original image just looks a lot more professional than the new one. In order to fix this problem, you can make some adjustments to make your image more professional. You do this by taking both photos and creating two tabs on Photoshop. Next, you take the bottle in the original image before putting it in the new one. As the original bottle is bigger in size, you may want to fill the space in by selecting the entire area around it. This will include parts such as the reflection. This is because the reflection will also have to be replaced. Once this is done, we can either go on to leave an empty prompt because of the huge size of the bottle, or we can write a prompt to remove the bottle. Once the bottle is removed, we can produce it by creating a new layer. This is so that it can become the base layer. We are doing this so that we can avoid any issues in the future. Once this is done, we can put anything that we want to onto this new layer. We do this by using the shortcut Ctrl plus Alt plus Shift plus E on Windows or Ctrl plus Opt plus Shift plus E on your Mac. Once this is done, we can bring the bottle in there. To make things even better, you can carry out a cool trick with the use of generative fill. Instead of having to do any manual work when it comes to compositing, all we have to do is make use of the lasso tool so that we can leave a bit of a gap here and there around the bottle. Once you've done this, use Ctrl plus C or Command plus C to copy and paste the image before using Ctrl or Command plus T to scale the image to your liking. Once you are done, you can take the Object Selection tool. We won't need to waste time and simply hover over this image thanks to the fact that we are on Layer 2. Thanks to this, it can recognize the different edges in and around the object. Once it is done, you can see how it will recognize the extra area. This shows that this is everything apart from the bottle itself. As such, we can see why it is important to leave a gap. As you can see, if it's too close, it may not show this overlay. Once this is done, we can simply click on it. This will reveal the selection here so that you can run generative fill on the empty prompt. This is important because when you make use of an empty prompt, you are in essence telling Photoshop that you are trying to get rid of something. It will also notice the edges and try to add shadows here or there. All it takes is a single click to get this done. Pretty neat, right? Simple. No need for any clone stamping tools or anything. Now that you are done, all you will need to do from this point is to export the image. In order to get the best out of your work, you can make use of any one of these two methods to upscale your image. One method is free. This is done by using Enhancer. All you have to do is create an account before making use of the 10 credits that are available to you on the website. Note that you may prefer the paid version of Enhancer because it just seems to have more options. Another free option is the iloveimg.com option. Either way, you have several options to choose from when it's time to upscale your image. With that in mind, we can see how these AI tools can help the user create the most professional-looking photo edits for your image. We hope you guys can enjoy it as you take your work to the next level. Until next time, enjoy.